So, there's two trains of thought on this thing.
That's what I said.
Number
to
one,
me with my kids.
Number one, if you believe it hard enough, you can have it. The other train of thought is, if you work hard enough and do everything right, and at the right place at the right time, you can have it. Where do you fall on that one? Do you believe number one, if you just believe it, it's yours? Or number two, takes all the effort, and then everything lining up, you know, the planets lining up and everything else, and you can have it.
I think it's both.
Me too.
Both have to happen.
Both of them.
Neither.
Neither?
Neither.
It's actually, you're correct. It's a combination of both, okay? But here's one thing that I say. You have not because you ask not.
Yeah.
And you ask not because you don't believe.
There you go. That's me.
It's the bottom line. You have not because you ask not. And you ask not because you don't believe. And you can use that quote anytime you want to. Just give me credit for it, okay? It's true, right? If you believe who you are and what you are, if you truly believe that you are perfect in your creation, and you are governed by a spirit, okay, then there's nothing you can't do. But what's going to happen? Someone's going to come in sometime and say something that's going to knock you off that pedestal, and you're going to wonder what hit you. Why? Because man will do it all the time. People are going to bring you down to their lowest level of misery. That's why it's important who you surround yourself with.
Right.
Yeah.
Who do you associate with?
Right.
If you're all the time with Johnny Naysayer, guess what you're going to be bringing with you? All that negativity, all that down and out, and all your joy, peace, love, and happiness will poof out the window. Now, what really stinks is when the family's that way.
Yeah.
And that happens more often than not.
Yeah, we can't control that.
So that's
Or change
why it's
them.
important. That's why it is so vitally important to understand who and what you are. You are divine. There is a piece of God Almighty in you. So how could that make you anything less than divine? If that's all you get from tonight, and the last 5 minutes before you go to sleep, then you will turn your life around if that's all you get. Now there's much more, okay? But this is where destiny starts. This is where you start understanding why you're here. This is when you start enjoying your life the way you should be enjoying your life. You want things to turn around? Most everybody says, yeah. Okay, that's how you do it. This is how you do it. And it's not rocket science. It's just accepting certain things that for whatever reason, man has said, that's nonsense. Do you think Adam and Eve, before they ate from the fruit, dealt with any of this? Nothing. They were given dominion over the earth. So if Adam and Eve, the first people on earth, were given dominion over the earth,
Right.
forget about what they did. They were given dominion over the earth. And God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. What does that say about you? You've been given dominion over the earth. And how many people believe that today?
Not many.
It's so tiny you can't even register the number of people who really believe they have dominion over the earth. But when you do, and you start understanding who and what you are, then what happens?
Sky's the limit.
Right.
Absolutely. See, people, if you don't build a foundation first, I don't care how big your house is, it's going to get blown away. So what do you build? What should you build? What should your foundation be? Should it be learning how to be a thoracic surgeon, learning how to be a lawyer, learning how to be a doctor? Whatever the case may, is that what the foundation should be? No. It needs to be who and what you are. Church is losing membership because people were tired of organized religion. They wanted the spirituality, okay, but they didn't want organized religion. You know, people say, well, spirituality, spirituality. Why do you think there is such a huge movement for people going to psychics and having readings done and doing all these things? Because they want to, they're finally realizing, you know, like draws upon like. When you start recognizing that you're a spiritual being, you want to be around spiritual things. Right? I mean, if you don't, like, I hate liver. I don't want to be around it. Okay? Potato chips, like hamburgers, love them. Especially a cold hamburger. Yeah, if I get around that, I am gnawing it. Okay? So we want to be around those things that we like. So if you're a spiritual being, you're going to be drawn to spiritual things. You're going to be drawn to spiritual people. Why? Because you can sense them. You can feel them. And it brings you a little bit of comfort. Right? Why do people come to you? They're looking for something. They want something just so they can feel like they're not going nuts.
Right.
I don't know why I'm feeling this. I don't know why I'm seeing this. It's because you're a spiritual being. And you're just now opening up to the spirituality of life. And why haven't you before? Because of the conditioning of man. What are you made of?
Energy.
Energy. Absolutely correct. What happens to energy?
What happens to it?
Hmm?
It's used.
Forms.
It keeps going
Yep.
and going and going.
That makes sense.
You cannot destroy energy.
Energizer buddy.
Right? I mean, this is energy. It's just slowed down to a point where we can see it. You can't see this energy right here, but it's there. When it leaves here, it goes somewhere else. When the energy leaves your body, it goes somewhere else. Your spirit goes somewhere, right? Now, I'm not here to debate whether it goes into another existence or whatever. You can come to your own conclusions however you want to. Okay? But we're all energy. Are we just energy here on this planet? Is the energy different here on this planet than, say, on the moon? No? Is the energy different here on this planet than, say, on Saturn? What about Jupiter?
Well, it's a different kind of energy, I would think.
Is it?
I
Yes.
don't know.
How's it different?
I don't know, but it probably is.
It's not. Energy is energy. Protons, neutrons, you name it, same thing. In the entire universe. It's all the same. How big is the universe?
Endless.
Okay.
The closest galaxy to us is Andromeda, which is about 144 million light years away. Okay? So that's the closest galaxy to us. 144 million light years. Light travels at what? 186,000 miles per second. 186,000 miles times 60 is that's the distance that it will travel in a minute. 186,000 miles per second. That's the speed of light. So you take 60 of those 186,000 miles and it equals a minute. You take 60 more of those and it puts together an hour. So 60 times 60 for the... And then 24, it makes a whole day. And take all that number, multiply by 365, and that's the distance that light will travel in a year. And the closest universe to us is 144 million light years away. How far is that?
Too far.
Wow. I mean, my little calculator can't even calculate that,
Really,
okay?
really far.
And yet, the energy on Andromeda is the same energy that's in you.
Mm.
We're all connected, ladies and gentlemen.
Mm.
All of us.
Wow.
Everything
Vast
in the universe
level
is
of energy.
connected.
Yeah.
Everything. Which always boggles my mind when I think of the fact that people think that we're it. What? This is it? We're the smartest thing in the entire universe? Oh, we suck. This is bad. We are doomed. Okay? I say that jokingly, but come on, you can't think that. You can't possibly think that.